Now that we've learned how to add fractions, we're going to learn how to subtract fractions, and it's basically the same except subtraction. So what do I mean by that? Well, sorry, get my brush. Well, we have to make sure that the denominators are the same, like we did when we were adding. So you can see in this first question here, 3/4 minus 1/4. Both denominators of these fractions is 4, so we know the final result will have a denominator of 4. And what about the numerators? Well, let's read the operation. It's 3 minus 1. Yeah, 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. That's all you do. Okay, so the numerators we just subtract. So 3 minus 1 leaves us 2. That leaves us 2/4. And we can simplify that. Highest common factor in both these numbers will be 2. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 4 twice. So we get 1/2. Alright, moving on. What about if the denominators aren't the same? Or like what we did before with adding fractions, we have to find equivalent fractions. Okay, so how we do this is first we find the lowest common denominator. Okay, the lowest common denominator. So a number that both 3 and 10 go into. An easy way, rule of thumb is, it doesn't always work, but what you can do is just multiply the two numbers together and see what number you get. So if I multiply 3 and 10 together to find the lowest common denominator, I get 30. Okay, so 30 is the lowest common denominator for, in this case, because 3 goes into 30 10 times and 10 goes into 3 times. So let's use this number as a lowest common denominator. Okay, 10. Alright, so let me just write that out. So let's proceed. 2/3, I need to find an equivalent fraction to get a denominator of, whoops, I wrote 10, 30, of 30. Okay, now how do I get 3 to 30? I multiply by 10. Okay, and what I'll do to the bottom, I do to the top. And it's always multiplicative. That means to find equivalent fractions is you either multiply both on top or divide both on top. Okay, so 2 times 10, oh wait, we'll go to the next fraction, 2/10. So 2/10, to get denominator of 30 for this fraction, I have to multiply by 3, because I know 10 goes into 3 times. What do to the bottom, to the top. So what do I end up with now? So this fraction now becomes 2 times 10 is 20, the numerator is 20, and 30 of course at the bottom, minus 2 times 3 is 6 over 30. Okay, now from here we see the denominators are the same. We write 30 at the bottom, and 20 minus 6 leaves us with 14. Okay, so the numerators, we just go 20 minus 6, that equals 14. Now I'm going to leave that for you to simplify and to find the answer.